juice and I let her rip. All I have in my hand is...
Singer, rapper, and music producer IBK Spaceshipboi gained recognition when he emerged winner of Don Jazzy's Enigma beat competition in 2011. But before then, he was just a music-loving individual who had already formed a strong conviction about his purpose as an individual. Born and raised in Warri, South Nigeria, his artistic expressions, singing, rapping, and dancing were influenced by his 3 siblings. But music didn't become an ambition until he got to Covenant University, where he studied computer engineering.
I remember calling my mom. That was like kind of like my last year in school, and I was telling her that, man, Mom, I really want to do music. And I remember that conversation. She said, you can go ahead and do music, but finish school. Because now, if you give, one of them is going to suffer. You know, either you give your academics full attention or your music. So when I was done with my academics, I just went out to the studio. That was at Cobham's place. Stayed in the studio and just started to make music. So the idea to do it professionally came my final year in school. That was like 2009.
If we go back to the 70s, like an Atari game that is so old, I'll still be loving you.
He met singers Bez, Simi, comedian Emma Oh My God, and producer Spells, who were also students in the same university at the time, and have now become popular figures in the entertainment circle.
It's divine sacrifice, so I'll climb.
It was kind of like everybody in their own corner doing their thing, but then we're also privy to see what we were doing. You know, I remember back then, Simi put out an album in school, and I remember it was going for about, I'm sure, $100, but I was like, I'm going to give 500 because I just want to support and I like this piece. And so we really supported each other. Bez and I were in the choir. Simi was in a dance group in school called Reflections. So we're really, really active in music and creating music and presenting in school. As far as seeing this, I can't speak for everybody else, but for myself, I did see myself going on to, you know, do music internationally around the world, and also just spreading that good news, good vibe that, you know, you can become. All you need to do is find out who you are in God, and then the rest is history. You know, I really saw myself in big stages with big platforms like this one. You know, so yeah.
In February 2014, the recording artist released a visual compilation of his debut album, I Come in Peace, which was originally released in 2013. He has since published many other songs, including Padea, his newly released music video.
The first thing I recorded and put out was, how was the song called again? I don't know the name of the song, but it goes, move on to the left and move on to the right. I did that when I was, that was 2008. I was doing IT at a station. And if I may tell you the story, I was actually working at, because I was doing computer engineering. It was a tech firm, but then I left the tech firm where they were paying me $15K a month to a studio to continue my IT where they were paying me nothing, you know, because I just wanted to learn, because in my head I was like, after school I really want to do this stuff, you know. So I put out my first song there, and then after school 2009, this one I remember, the second one I put out was Tongues, you know, and Tongues actually gave me, like, it made people know who IBK is and what he's capable of doing, like fresh sound, unique, different. So it kind of like popped that interest in some people online. And then after the Don Jazzy Enigma beat competition that I won, it just took it to the next level, because they were like, oh wow, who's this guy that did stuff on this beat? And, you know, until this day, most people say that's actually how they knew me, from that competition. But then after that, I went on to do other projects, and everything I do always has like a cause. You know, like I remember doing Lovers Dance with the intent to talk about domestic violence in the home. And not really, but that's the thing, that's also how I do it. I always like to look at the positive side and not the negative. So I won't tell you, let's stop domestic violence. I'll tell you, let's love, and let's show how children how to love. You know, but at the end of the day, that's what I was actually addressing through that. You know, I Have a Dream was another one I did, which was basically out to just inspire people to dream. You know, because something I really, really hate till this day is when an individual comes up to me and tells me that I have no job. I'm like, you have a talent, you have a gift. All you need to do is develop yourself. Look for a problem you can solve in your present community and solve it and make profit while you solve it. It's that simple. Even though it's a hard process, it's just that. So yeah, that's kind of like where I'm coming from with music, and to this current day now that I have Party Out, which is a happy song. I'm just trying to put out good vibes and show the beauty of different geographical locations around the world.
Today, the inspirational singer, whose profile continues to rise, says although much of what he has learned is self-taught, he had to take directions from others for his first acting stint, playing the character Victor in the 2016 Nollywood movie 8 Bars and a Clef.
I was performing at Freedom Hall, and then afterwards I get a call from the director of the movie, and she's like, oh, she has this movie, she feels I'm going to be good for the role and everything. And then she calls me in for auditioning, and then we do the audition, and then boom, I get the role. Straight up, like, and the only experience of acting I've had prior to that time was in secondary school when I did those stage plays in a group called Primrose Entertainers, you know. And yeah, immediately I got the role. I just went back home, started, and that's what I always do. I just start doing research, started watching videos like monologues and just seeing facial expression, which is something I also teach, so it was a little bit easy for me. But then, yeah, then started in the movie, acted. It was a new experience because I always thought when they did a scene, you had like multiple cameras capturing the scene at the same time. But to know that you can shoot one scene for about 2 hours, I was like, wow. I give it to actors, man, because it was a lot of work. But it was also an eye-opener for me. It was a learning experience. I had the opportunity to work with people like Bimbo Akintola, Linda Ejiofor, Wale Ojo, Kehinde Bankole. Bantu too was in the movie, and some other great actors. And these guys helped me because they are veterans in the field. They've been, you know, acting before. So when I'm done with the line or with the scene, I walk up to them. How did I do? What do you think I should have done better or differently? And yeah, so it was a great experience and a great movie too.
No estoy solo, Jesús está conmigo, donde sea que llego, cuando me siento mal, sé que no estoy solo, Jesús está conmigo, donde sea que llego, donde sea que llego.
I'm currently working on the World Radio by Spaceshipboi project, which is Party is the first single. Party is the first single. It's the first single on the project. And I intend to go out to other countries. India is one of them, Turkey, Russia, Nigeria, and Taiwan, to create more music with other musicians. And then, like, what the whole, the name World Radio is kind of like showing the different sounds and music of different parts of the world in one compilation, which is scheduled to drop 2017, the fall of 2017. So that's basically what I'm working on now, amongst other things. So, but for my own project, that's basically what I'm focused on.
As IBK embarks on a mission to different parts of the world, he says his only reward would come from connecting people to their creator through music and hopefully more inspiring movies.